Today, I am glowing like Edward from Twilight. It's really early in the day and the lighting is kind of wonky. Hopefully this will clear up as the video progresses. But for now, you'll have to deal with Twilight me. So according to one of the few friends I've made from college, I am going through a midlife crisis. You might be like, Valeria, what the frick are you talking about? You're 18, you can't be going through a midlife crisis. Well, I guess it isn't fully in my midlife, because if this were in my midlife, I would have a really short lifespan, so let's hope not. And I wouldn't fully call it a crisis, because a crisis entails more not knowing what you're supposed to do to get out of it. Well, honestly, that's a pretty good representation of what my life was like for most of the semester.
My sleeping schedule, yeeted out the window. My fitness regime, yeeted out the window. My YouTube posting schedule, well, that didn't exist anyways.
You know what else was destroyed? My ability to talk coherently to a camera. I already filmed the majority of this video, but I rewatched it and I realized, dang, this new bitch is boring. No, that's a joke. I'm not boring. Please stay. I beg. Not only that, but she, and by she I mean myself, does not manage to hear that her fan is massively messing up her audio. Maybe you'll see clips of me today interspersed with clips of me from the other day I filmed this for a more well-rounded experience. Before I get into talking about what I'm gonna talk about for the day, I just thought I'd talk to you a little bit about the piece I'm gonna be working on, which is, I don't know if you can tell, but it is a completely black screen. This time I don't have a sketch like last time I did one of these, so you'll likely get to observe me going through the entire process of making this. So I'll explain more about the drawing as I go forward. I'm thinking of just making a black and white drawing, so I'm gonna get started. You might still be wondering, even though I showed that clip, what I mean by a midlife crisis. And by that I mean that basically I realized that for the past few years of my life I've just been stagnant. I don't say this because I'm super harsh on myself or anything. I am genuinely concerned at my ability to follow through with things. You could probably look at my old agendas and like places where I wrote my New Year's resolutions, and they would still be the same ones I have now. And I chalk this up primarily to a lack of consistency and a lack of being proactive. Consistency is more of a habit thing, so it's just something I have to be aware of and like start cultivating. And in terms of reactivity and productivity, I don't know if you guys have ever heard about proactivity. I don't know if you guys have like ever heard people talking about the difference between them, but okay, I had to stop talking for a bit to start getting down a sketch because I'm trash at multitasking. But as I was saying, proactivity versus reactivity. Reactivity can be applied to emotions, but in my case, I'm mostly applying it to like when you just react to things that are put in front of you by your educational institution and you don't really focus on the long-term goals that you have for yourself. You get so caught up in finishing the assignments you have to do and the studying for the exams you have that you don't focus, even if it's just like a small chunk of your time, to your hobbies or the goals that you have. And I realized this as I was listening to a podcast with Unjaded Jade. I feel like it was really helpful and made me aware of this problem that I have, which is that I am far too reactive. And then once I'm done with school stuff, I'm tired, and so I just end up doing things that are fairly mindless to like get my mind off of school instead of focusing on the things that I want for myself. And I also had a major realization when like I was already trying to get myself out of the slump I'm in. And this is something I've been doing pretty often, which is just listening to motivational speakers. I know motivational speakers are cheesy, don't at me, but they get the job done. They motivate me. The other day I was listening to the motivational speaker that I listen to most often, which is Les Brown. I really like him. By the way, he is somehow 75 years old. Man's uncovered the fountain of youth. The point is, he said a lot of things about self-development, and he was asking questions like, when was the last time you picked up a book? When was the last time you fully committed to your goals and followed through with them? When was the last time? And he kept asking questions like that. And I realized that it has been a while since I've done any of the things that he mentioned. I'm currently reading, but it's because I'm preparing a Christmas gift for a friend. It's not necessarily for me, even though I am enjoying the book, which is Circe. The point is, I call myself an artist, but I hadn't picked up a paintbrush in a million years. I would like to think that I see myself as like someone who makes content on YouTube, but I hadn't posted in a million years. Like, I just was not fulfilling the things that I needed to be fulfilling for myself and my own goals. Right now, I'm really trying to like readjust my priorities and make sure that I'm not only doing better in college, in academia, you know, in terms of grades and participating in clubs and all that, but also that I am better at actually fulfilling the things that I want to get to, like the goals that I want to get to, because I don't want to look back 5 years on my life and feel like I haven't accomplished any of the things that I set out to do, because I know I would really regret it. And one thing about me is that I really don't like having regrets. My only regret really in life is not working on myself harder when I was younger, I guess. And I think that still remains something that I need to work on, because as I have told you guys, I haven't really been putting in the work to reach my goals consistently, and so I'm not getting anywhere. For some reason today I am being snail-like with this sketch. I've been sketching basically the entire time I've been talking, and this is what I have. I think what I'm gonna do is they're gonna be like enveloped in some kind of cocoon, and they'll be like floating. Gives me embryo vibes for some reason. This Christmas break, I'm trying to give it my all in terms of like making a lot more art, because I haven't been doing that very well. And at least now for this second semester of college, I more or less know what to expect, because this first semester was kind of rough. And I think, you know, partially it's like I was adapting to it. Maybe it's because I'm an art gal going into a STEM major, but I feel like the study methods are different. And now I've learned things that I need to do to actually succeed. The main thing is going along at the pace of the class and just addressing doubts as soon as they pop up, because otherwise things start to accumulate. And even if you say you're gonna cover it, you might forget about it. Those are the main two tips for like doing well in college, I guess, and from what I've gathered this first semester. Going at the pace of the class and making sure you sort out your doubts as soon as possible instead of waiting for some further along point. This Christmas break, I'm really trying to better myself. I have been listening to a lot of motivational speakers, and trying to meditate more, and I'm gonna try and get back into exercise, because I don't know whether I'll upload this vlog or not, but recently I injured myself and I actually caught it on camera. Not fun, and it made me feel weak again, but it just means I need to strengthen my foundations back up again, keep doing my physical therapy exercises. And the main thing I can't do is I can't stop doing exercise as a whole. I rested for like a week, but that just ends up making you feel worse in the long run, because at least in my case, because something that my physical therapist said is that many people will stop doing exercise when they're injured, even though there's still a lot of things that they can do as exercise. So yeah, I don't want to stop exercising. Why am I taking so long to do this? I'm still just on the person sketch. Oh well, I'm out of practice, and also it's like I literally just woke up and slapped on some makeup and this shirt, and I'm filming, so I guess that might also have to do with it. I've also watched a lot more things on manifestation. You might think it's some hippie crap nonsense, but I truly do believe that manifestation is a thing. Wow, very coherent, Valeria. I feel like to some extent or another, the things we think end up becoming our realities. And if we don't check in with ourselves and make sure that our head space is in the right place, then that could cause like potential problems for us in the long run. I realized that I didn't really fully explain manifestation. So manifestation is when you put out into the universe what it is you want with the best vibes possible and work towards it, and eventually you will get those things that you want. I don't want it to seem like I am dishing out advice because I know everything, because clearly I do not. Whenever I say advice, it is mostly directed at myself, and I just hope that someone who's watching possibly resonates with it and it helps them. I think that's it for today. I'm gonna put a time lapse of this drawing. Right now it's still in the same place. I've been like playing around with it and trying to move it and like add more things. I guess I'll just do this entire process off camera and put a time lapse so y'all can see the finished product. Basically, I'm trying to realign my priorities and better myself a lot. And hopefully it will work this time. This time feels different, hopefully. Have a good day.